I'm Mike Anderson again here interviewing some people who are members of the Berks County Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And we're trying to get a little history in the can, so to speak, about, where these wonderful musicians have come from, where they're headed, and what role the Berks History Center has in, keeping the music alive here in Berks County. We have with us Dave Lewis and Amy Lewis.
Howdy, sir.
Howdy. It's good to see both of you.
Great to see you.
Are you both Berks County residents now, or have you been? What's the history here?
Yes, been Berks County resident all my life.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Yep.
Yeah. And where did you get your? How did you start in music? What gave you the music bug, so to speak?
Well, actually, I saw the Beatles anthology program on television.
Wow.
And a friend of my parents played guitar, and he brought his guitar over for Christmas time. I'm like, wow, that would be really cool. Then I started guitar lessons.
Well, that's not that long ago, so, in the whole scheme
90s.
of things.
Yeah, late 90s. So that's when I kind of started delving into music. And, Yeah.
And so you play guitar.
Play guitar.
Anything
and
else?
Sing.
Sing, of
Sing
course.
And pretty much it. Little ukulele, but yeah.
Well, yeah, great.
Yeah.
And how about you, Dave?
I started a little earlier. There was musical instruments in my house when I was growing up. I remember discovering my parents' record collection probably when I was about 7 or 8.
What was in that collection, by the way?
Beach Boys,
Oh,
CCR, Sly and the Family Stone.
Oh, yeah. So you are a lot younger than I am.
Not much. And then my dad had guitars, and basses. Him and his buddy would get together. It seemed like every weekend just to play in the basement. And pretty soon they had a friend of theirs join playing drums. So there was a 3-piece band playing in my house every month.
That's a great influence.
So it was just there. So I picked it up. I mean, I actually I wanted to start on trumpet, but the school wouldn't let me. I think I was in like 4th grade or something.
Why wouldn't they let you?
Before braces and stuff, my teeth were, they thought, he'll have trouble playing trumpet.
My.
So I started playing drums. And I thought, this will be great. I get a whole drum set. Well, they ended up giving you a snare drum and you're doing...
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I can't play a song on one drum. So it wasn't long. I'm like, well, there's guitars here.
Well, you could have played marching band, though, with the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I mention I was listening to Sly and the Family Stone, CCR? That's the stuff I wanted to do.
Okay.
And then I did. So I started playing guitar, and then I was sitting in with my dad's band. And they would play like the local car club Christmas party, and there I am at like 12 years old playing rhythm guitar. And I think, by the time I was 13 or 14, started a band of my own with a guy I went to school with, and then we wanted to play out. We needed a chaperone because we weren't old enough to play in bars, so my dad played bass for us. So we had a built-in chaperone in the band.
That's nice.
So
what was the name of the band back then?
That band was Scoria.
Scoria.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's say another word for like lava rock or something.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
We poured through thesaurus and dictionaries to come up with that one.
It's interesting.
When you're 13, you're it's got to be rock related.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I get it. Okay.
Yeah. So.
And how about you? I mean, you started later in life
Yes.
with music. Did you play as a solo act first?
Well, yes, I did a few solo things at the Hardbeat Underground in West Reading, and then I got together with some other local female musicians. We did what we called chick shows around town at like the Brass Lantern and some coffee shops and the Acoustic Roadshow program.
Oh, yeah.
So things like that, and started playing with them.
And you two got together as a playing duo. Was it a duo, or were there more people involved with that?
Well, we started recording together first.
Okay.
And she came out to an open mic that I was running, and at that time, the band we have now is called Mo7s.
Right.
But then it was just a recording project because I had built a recording studio in my house, and I wanted to do something fun with it. So I was just inviting friends and people I knew from all over the world to record.
Oh, nice.
And she came into the open mic just as I started this project, and I really loved her voice, and I said, would you come in and sing a song? And she came in, and then once I could really have the voice isolated, I'm like, this is even better than what I hear live, you know?
Nice.
And I'm like, so I could really hear it. And I'm like, how'd you like to sing everything? So she came in and did all the lead vocals on that first album.
Good.
And then we started performing together.
Yeah, Mo7s is slow upside down.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, just the word slow upside
Yeah,
down.
it's pretty interesting.
It'll
Yeah.
soon be 6 years playing out for us.
Yeah, end of
Yeah.
this month we have an anniversation show coming up.
Wow,
so,
that's great.
yeah.
So you got involved with the Magical History Tour thing. What was the first year, second year?
It was the first year that it was up at the Liederkranz. I was asked to play the one at the Evergreen. Yeah,
Okay,
the one
Liederkranz
at
was
the,
the
the
first
one at the Liederkranz. I was asked
we
to
got
play.
ushered off the stage.
Yeah, I was asked to play up there, but I had a conflict,
Okay.
so I couldn't do it. And then when it got moved to the Evergreen, I was like, do you still need me to play guitar? It was for the Hunch Boogie Band.
Oh yeah, Hunch. They've been around for a long time.
Yeah, well, what's so funny, Terry Trout, the one drummer, I worked for him in the automotive paint business
Oh, no kidding.
for like 19 years.
He was the drummer for the first band I ever played with.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I know
And we
Terry.
played with him with the chicken hat thing.
Yes, yes. Yeah, Terry's a great guy, and I've known him almost all my life.
I didn't
yeah.
know that you worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paint and lacquer distributors.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That was a fabulous place.
Yeah.
And like I said, I played up the Hunch Boogie Band up at the Evergreen for that show, and that's when I met. That's how I met Dave Klein too.
Oh, really? That's the
Yeah.
first time you met him?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
boy. I thought you guys were chum buddies for way back, you know?
We became fast pals.
Yeah,
yes. We do a lot of music together,
Yeah.
which is fun. He's a good guy.
Recorded up at your studio. It's
Yes.
a great studio.
And but oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, not only do you have a music studio, and not only do you play, you build guitars as well. As I
Yes.
can say, yeah.
Yeah.
You're quite. Well, there's a lot of them coming through on your Facebook site, so you're doing work for a lot of people.
It's very
They
busy
look
lately,
very
which
nice.
is a good thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is that your what do you consider your I would say your day gig is?
Well, what's really great is we incorporated, so
We're now a corporation.
we have we're now an evil corporation.
Uh-oh, look
We're
out.
not just married.
Look
yeah.
out. Look
Evil.
out.
We have Lewis Music Incorporated, so
Uh-huh.
everything we do musical is under that umbrella. So recording, performing, the guitar shop, the studio, everything.
So you consider it, that's great that you consider music to be your career.
Yeah, that's what I
it's
do
tough
full
today.
time.
It's tough. We talked about that with some of the other musicians that come in here. They say, well, you know, it was hard to make a living doing it, so they do it for fun. Not much profit, but for fun.
Well, yeah,
It's nice to
like
do
I
it
said,
for
the
both.
music can't pay all the bills, so you have
Right.
that, you have the studio, you have the guitar shop, and all of it combined. It's still all music. It's all things I love to do,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah. So you've played various locations. You know, you've played. I'm just wondering if there's any gigs that stand out in your mind as being, extra special. Either more fun or more rewarding for you, both of you, or individually.
different gigs for different reasons.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what's nice now is that we get to perform together. We get to write songs together. When we play out, we play almost all original music because we're getting ready to record our 4th album.
Nice. Yeah,
So we have close to 30 tunes that we perform on a regular basis. So when we play music we wrote together, we record together, we perform it together.
Any place where there's a receptive crowd and appreciative crowd. And
Yeah, I mean,
makes it-
two people that are into it is better than 300 people that could care less you're on the stage.
Right.
You know, you want people to enjoy your creativity.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, do you market it outside of this area, or do you do you sell the music as, I don't want to say albums anymore, but
Yeah.
I mean, we produce albums.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't do the single thing or the EP thing. We try to do. I like full-length albums. I like tactile things. You know, we do furnish it on CDs.
Okay.
I think this time we're going to
hoping
shoot
to do
for
it on vinyl.
some
Oh,
vinyl
really?
Yeah.
production too.
full circle here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The vinyl thing is really taken off again. It was a fad, but now it's staying there.
Yeah, I haven't destroyed my Techniques turntable yet. That's still,
Got to keep it alive.
Got to keep it alive.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. And how do you market that? On social media or
Yeah,
Sure.
website.
Website,
web?
you know,
I left it up to her.
social
Okay.
media.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the business side.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do have it on anywhere you can download and stream music, you know,
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple, Amazon, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do market it that way, market it on social media platforms, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you ever? What is the state of the art as far as getting a representative or an agent to represent you in different communities? Is that something that you're not interested in, or is it something that's
We work loosely
non-existent?
with- Yeah.
I mean, we have, booking agents,
Booking
stuff like
agent.
that.
Okay.
But as far as representing the original end of it, you really have to pop in a van and just drive around and play everywhere, every hole in the country you can, just to get it out there.
Yeah.
We don't have the liberty to do that,
Mhm.
really. So we try to keep, as local as possible, put out videos, podcasts, radio shows. I mean, we do get streams in Australia and Europe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can
It's nice.
keep track of it, electronically and see where your stuff's
Yeah.
working.
Interesting.
But
Very
it's just a
interesting.
matter of word of mouth, people sharing it, and I mean, we even get emails from people every now and then. Every time if we put out, Christmas time, we did a remake of a Christmas song and just put it up on our website. Not even for sale, just listen to it or download it for free.
Yeah.
And people thank us. Oh, you put out. Thank you so much.
Well, that's
and that's the cool
very
part.
rewarding. Yeah.
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 I mean, we're not getting rich by streams. Let's put it that
No.
way. Those platforms don't pay, but.
No.
Well, and the business side of it, as you know, it's tough for both musicians and for clubs and
I mean, one thing is
schools
it's
use
a
that.
lot easier for people to make music, record music, make quality music.
Oh, yeah.
Equipment's cheaper, but in turn, you're not making the money from radio play or streaming or anything like that.
And record companies aren't promoting artists because
No,
they
because
promote. You have to promote yourself.
I mean,
to
that's
some
why
extent.
bands are still on tour and ticket prices are higher, because that's the only way they're making their money is playing live and then selling merch.
Yeah, I noticed.
at a-
Yeah, right away there's a merch table. somewhere.
That's how they make their revenues now,
Yeah.
because they're not making it from album sales or anything.
Wow, it's a whole different thing. I
Yeah.
mean, and the Berks History Center, when they started doing we're in the midst of the part of the memorabilia that they put together from our area. They started doing it with bands from the mid-'60s to the mid-'70s. That's the way this whole thing got
Right,
started.
right.
It was around that era of the Magical History Tour, Magical Mystery Tour and all
Yep.
that. But it's expanded on either side because musicians like us were influenced by people before us, and there's people after us that were influenced by us in the middle here. So I think that this is a great way to talk about music in this county and how it goes beyond what what they started to do here. It gives us a chance to meet other musicians that we haven't played with. I've never played with you before we did the
Right.
before we did the Liederkranz, what it's called, the
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest thing, yes.
That's it, yes.
Which is always fun.
And I don't think we've ever played together,
I
but
don't believe.
I've seen you around the community other than playing. But,
Well, we'll have to get her a chicken hat and get her on stage
well,
at the
I'm sure you have
Oktoberfest
the
this
audience
year.
there. Yeah, I was thinking we need to. Dave can order some extra chicken hats.
I'm sure he has a few.
Oh, I'm sure he does. Well, you know, as there's younger people than we are, I'm sure, that are out there trying to make their mark in rock music. How do you suggest? What do they do to get going on this?
Keep doing it. Just keep on pushing. Keep writing music. Keep performing. Don't let it.
Don't follow trends. Be
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I mean, I see that doing guitar work. I have people come in and, well, can you do this? Because I want to sound like this person. I'm like, well, why don't you sound like you? That person
Yeah.
already did that.
Yeah. Well, it's probably good at least to work, you know, copy some of the people in the beginning so you understand.
For
what they-
influence.
For
but,
influence,
you know,
yeah.
when they want to just, oh, I want to sound exactly
Yeah,
like
just-
that dude.
Yeah,
No, take a bit
take
from
it.
here. And
Yeah.
I mean, I always did that. I never wanted to play exactly like somebody. I never learned a solo note for note. I took bits from this person and this person, but it was just more fun to create my own thing. It was
Yeah.
more rewarding for me.
What other local musicians have you worked with since, you know, your original band here and where you are now? There's probably a bunch of bands you worked with in the midst of all of that.
Yeah, I mean, trying to even just remember them all.
Yeah.
I think she even is, well, how many bands are you in? I'm going, I don't know.
You remember the names of the bands?
A bunch of them.
We're getting closer to our memory banks. here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, recently, like doing original stuff. I mean, you know, Uncle Thirsty put out some stuff. I mean, Gaga Gorilla was a big one around here.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Hand, the 80s band. You know, those local stuff. I played, you know, with some bands up in the Lehigh Valley and even like up in coal cracker country back in the 80s and stuff. So I made the rounds.
Yeah, yeah. But you're comfortable here in Reading and Berks.
Yeah, it's home.
It's home.
Yeah, you know.
You too?
Same here. Yeah, yeah.
You don't have the urge to travel around the country, like you said, you know, hop in a van and play all the...
In one way, it would be nice, but in another way,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. So, it's,
Well-
Pack up the dogs
Right.
and just go.
Well, so good to have you both here.
Thank
and,
you.
And to share your memories and where you're headed from this point.
yes. Thank
So,
you for having
anything
me.
else you'd like to add before we sign off here?
No,
Thank-
just support music.
Keep the music alive.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.